So we've got our hand weight class today. So, got weighted balls. I've gone for the 1 kilo, so I'm feeling brave. A whole kilo. Normally I go for the half kilo. Okay. So, base of the big toe, base of the little toe and the heel. Find that start position with the pelvis. Switch those tummy muscles on. Shoulders back and down, head nice and long. And then start off in your toy soldier, feet swapping one side to the other. Adding the alternate arm to leg, reaching up to the ceiling. Good. One more either side. And then bring both arms up to the top, reaching up. Onto the toes, really stretch, and then bring those arms back and down. Good. And then one more, up to the top. And arms back and down. Brilliant. So then, grab the weights. We'll start off with the feet hip width apart. Bring the arms out to the side a tiny bit, but the elbows bent. I don't let them sneak back. They're about there. And then we're just going to open through the front and then reach those arms up, but don't turn them over. So they stay palms up and back down. Open and reach. Good. Good. So 2 more. And then the last one, turn the hands over at the top, circles back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Circles forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then back down. Good. Bring the hands down by your side. Turn the palms up and out. And bring those arms up, out to the side to about 90 degrees and back down. Good. One last one. Brilliant. And then let's come into some squats. So feet hip width apart. Bring the arms forward as you come into a deep squat. You can do it from a bent elbow if you like. Good. Brilliant. So then drop one leg back into lunge, this time with the elbows bent as you bring that bottom knee down towards the floor and straighten up. Oops. On the last one, stay down there. Drop the left arm down by your side, right arm up to the ceiling, and then over into the side bend stretch, stay in your lunge. I'll come around this way. Okay, so you're in your lunge, bend the elbow, up to the top, side bend over. If only I could stay balanced. Good. One more. Up to the top, side bend over. That's better. And then back. Lovely. Okay, so then take the other leg back. Drop down into your lunge, elbows bent. Good. And then the last one, drop down. Arms down by your side, left arm up over the top. And then back. Good. Two more. The challenge is really staying in that lunge position. Good. One last one. Brilliant. And then straighten up. Bring those feet back to hip width apart. Slide down one side. Reach up and over the top. Side bend stretch. And then back. And then the other side. Reach up and over. And then back. Good. One more each way. Brilliant. So there. Bring those feet back to hip width apart. Bring your arms into that Cossack position, like that. And then we're going to take that top arm off the other arm and then bend down towards the elbow and straighten. Bend down towards the ear, sorry. Good. Good. One last one. Pop that arm underneath. Do the other side. So you straighten, elbow bend, take the hand to the ear and back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And then back down. Wiggle those shoulders around. And then feet wide apart. Come down to the floor. Leave the weights on the floor. Put the hands on the floor. And just give that head a little waggle from side to side just to release the tension in the neck. Then stack those vertebrae, one on top of the other. Shoulders back and down at the top. And then bring those feet back to hip width apart. And then tuck your chin in. Rolling down. Breath in to hold. And then back up. All the way back to the top. Brilliant. Okay, come down into line on your back on the mat. Okay, so feet and knees together. Find that start position with the pelvis. Switch those tummy muscles on. And then bring those arms out to the side. I'm going to start off with our hip twist level 2. So breath in to prepare. Take both knees to the right, head to the left. And then get that lovely stretch. And then all the way back. Knees to the left, head to the right. Out breath, in breath to hold, and then out breath as you come all the way back over. Good. So then let's come into our double tabletop. Feet and knees still together, keeping nice and open through the collarbones and the neck, nice and long and straight. And then take both knees to the right, head to the left. And then all the way back. Good, one last one. And then back to the center, feet and knees hip width apart this time. Reach for your weights. Bring those arms up to 90 degrees above your head. And then just start off by taking the arms overhead, keeping the ribs down, and then coming back on that same parallel line. Then take the right foot to the floor, slide away, bring the arms overhead. And then fold back in, back to your start position. Left leg. Keep those ribs pressed down, arms overhead, and back. Good. Good. One more either side. And then cross your arms across your chest. And then back into that 90-degree angle at the hip and the knee. Squash those ribs down. And then take the right foot, foot and knee out to the side into your hip twist. And then back to the center. And then the left. So you can really feel that you're working those oblique muscles in the trunk to bring that leg back. And you're working the deep tummy muscles to stop the pelvis tilting. Good. One more. And then we're going to add the arms in. So the same with the legs. Bring the arms to 90 degrees. Start with the right arm and the left leg. So you take the right arm out to the side, back to the center, left leg, then swap over, left arm, right leg. Good. One last one. Back to the center, cross your arms across your chest, and then really squash those ribs down and come into a one leg stretch. And then fold back in, and then the other side. Good. So the out breath as you push away, in breath as you fold back. Do one more each side, then we'll add in the alternate arms. And then we'll have a rest. Okay, so start off, right arm overhead, left leg out straight. And then fold back, and then swap over. Good, one more either side. And then knees to chest. Oh, I feel that's enough for the abs. And then rock from side to side. Okay, we'll just do some arm openings in this position. So double tabletop if you like. You can have your feet on the floor if you prefer, but feet and knees together. And then just bend at the elbows and bring those arms out to the side. So you go see that lovely opening through the chest. Keep the 90-degree angles at the hip and the knee as well. And you are still working those abs. And then back to the top. So out to the side. Get that stretch. And then back. Good, one last one. And then bring those feet back down. Good work. Okay, get rid of your weights for a second. Just knees to chest. Little rock from side to side. Take that left foot to the floor. Take the right leg, the hands behind the right thigh, and stretch that leg to the ceiling. Circling the foot. Go back the other way. And then back down, and let's swap over. Reaching away. Circling the foot. And then back the other way. And then back down. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to start off with our shoulder bridge. So just taking the towel out from underneath my head, hands down by my side, and then flatten the back and peel up into that shoulder bridge, opening up through those hips. Breath into hold, and then back down. And then go again. One last one. Then we're going to target one side. So bring your right leg into tabletop. Keep working those tummy muscles. Hands down by your side and push through the foot on the left side into your bridge and then back down. So you're just pushing up through that foot, working those glutes quite hard and back down. Good. Good, one last one. Perfect. So then let's do knees to chest. Little rock from side to side. It's quite a tough one on the calf as well, that one. And then bring those feet back down. This time left leg into tabletop. Hands down by your side. And then come up into that bridge. And then back down. Good, last two. And last one. Lovely, knees to chest then. Rock from side to side. And then just bring that towel back in underneath your head. Put your hands behind your head, feet on the floor, and just into some abdo prep. So elbows in your peripheral vision, folding from the rib cage, lifting the head and shoulders off the mat, and then back down. Good, last one. Perfect. So then we're going to come into some hundreds. So grab your weights, feet in double tabletop, feet and knees together. And we're going to do 4 sets of 10. So you think open through the collarbones, lift the hands up, and we'll do 5 dips, palms down, 5 dips, palms up. And then we'll do abdo prep, back out of abdo prep, straight legs, abdo prep. You know, as we normally do. Okay, so start with your head down on the mat. Breath in to prepare. And it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn the palms up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Abdo prep if you like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of abdo prep, straight legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Abdo prep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little breather. Okay, we'll do the whole lot again. So with a bit more flow. I'll just do the counting. So open through the collarbones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then back down. And just take those knees to chest, just release off the neck a little bit, side to side, and then come back down onto the feet onto the floor, and then just open up through those hips. And then back down, stretch those legs away, bring those arms overhead. Brilliant. Okay, let's turn up to our side, into our side lying position. Keep one of the weights handy. So we're going to start off in our cloud start position. Find that start position with the pelvis, a little bit of length through that top hip. And then breath in to prepare. Going to take that top knee up out to the side and back down. Make sure that muscle at the back of the hip is doing some work. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then lift those feet into that level 2 position. Still that little gap under your waist there. So if you put your hand there, that could get your hand in there, and then go again.
Good. And then drop that bottom leg down. And then into your side kick, fold forward, knee to chest. Keep that knee parallel to the floor and take that leg back through, extending through the hip, getting that glute max working at the back. So you fold and then extend back. Good. Okay, so then leave that leg level with the other leg. And then keeping the foot nice and level, take that knee to the ceiling. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So then fold forward, bring that knee to 90 degrees, hand down for balance, and then go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And then drop that leg down, give those hips a bit of a rub. Good work. Okay, we're going to come into our arm openings with our weights. So squish your toe up. Bring your arms through, one arm on top of the other. And take that top arm up over the top and get that lovely stretch front of the shoulder, middle of the back, and then back. And then go again. Out breath, in breath to hold, out breath. Last 2. Brilliant. So then, bring your arm long. Stretch both legs out, really fire up the quads and the glutes. See if you can have your hand on your hip. And then lift and lower that top leg. Keeping the knee nice and straight. Good. Last 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then lift that top leg to hip height. Keep those tummy muscles switched on the glutes and lift that lower leg to join. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And then take both legs down while you grab your hand weight. Bring the hand onto the thigh, turn the palm so it's facing to me. And really think about keeping the head of the arm within the socket as you bring that arm up over the top to the other hand. And then on the way back down, really think about locating that arm within the socket. Don't let it slide about. Good. So then, if you like, you can lift the top leg, plus or minus the bottom leg, arm overhead. Keep that control. Good. So let's do 2 more. And last one. Brilliant. Okay, so let's swap over onto the other side. So feet, bum, shoulders all lined up against the back of the mat. Find that start position with the pelvis and some length through that top hip. And then into that level 1 clap. Just really focusing on that muscle at the back of the hip, making sure that's where the work's happening. Good. So then lift those feet into that level 2 position and then keep going. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then just drop those legs down and give those hips a bit of a rub there. Good work. So lift that top leg to hip height. You want to fold forward, knee to chest, and then take that leg back through that range of movement, extend through the hip, and then fold back forward. Good. So last 2. Then leave that leg parallel to the other leg. Focus on that muscle at the back of the hip there and take that knee up out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And then fold forward, get that 90-degree angle at the hip, hand down for balance, and then go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And then drop that leg down, give those hips a bit of a rub. Good work. So then let's squish the towel up, come into our arm openings with our hand weight. Okay, so you're going to bring the weight in the hand over the top, getting that lovely stretch through the front of the shoulder, middle of the back, pressing to hold, and then back, and then go again. Good, so let's do 3 more. Really thinking about the breathing, the out breath, the in breath to hold, out breath as you come back. Brilliant, so then leave the weight in front, unsquish the towel, bring your arm back long underneath the towel, straighten both legs out. Get some lovely length through the top of the hip there. Just get those glutes and quads working as you lift and lower top leg. Good, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then lift that top leg to hip height, and then lower leg to join for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Both legs back down. Grab your weight, place it on the thigh, and then bring that arm up over the top. Really think about centering the arm within the socket as you bring that arm back down. Good. Then if you like, lift one leg, lift both legs. Just feels like quite hard work, even though the weight's only a kilo. Good. 2 more. So then, leave the weights down at the hip side of the mat, and then squish your towel up and turn onto your front. And then we're just going to start off with our cobra stretch. So either coming onto the elbows or straight arms, whichever you prefer, and then back down, and then go again. Good. Two more. Then bring your hands down by your side, grab your weights. You're going to switch the tummy muscles on, take the shoulders back and down. Don't let them lock into the side. So bring them out to the side a tiny bit, but the fingertips are still on the floor. And then lift and lower for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, so roll the balls up to the top of the mat or your weights. I know I'm actually the only one with weighted balls in this case. Okay, so you've got your hands now on top of the weights. Take the shoulders back and down. And then this time I'm going to lift both hands at the top. 1. So I've got my elbows bent. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Then move the weights to the top. And then you can go lift the right arm with the left leg. So you're going on a diagonal. And back down. And then the left arm with the right leg. I'm going to cheat slightly because I'm just going to roll the ball. Good. One more on the side. And then let's come up into 4-point kneeling onto hands and knees. So hands on the shoulders, knees on the hips. And let's start with some cat camel. So push the hands away first and drop the head down towards the mat. So you're arching the back. And then you're going to drop the tummy down and lift the head up. And then you go again. Good. One last one. And then you get to your maximum arch and then drop back onto the heels and get that really nice flexion stretch. So you drop back there into your child's pose stretch. Okay, so let's continue with our range of movement. Take the right arm up into the air, into our thread the needle. Bend the left elbow and thread through and get a really nice stretch through the back of the shoulder, the mid back, and then back, and then up to the top and back through. One more. And then we're going to swap over. So left hand up to the ceiling. Bend the right elbow, reach through. And then go again. One last one. Good. And then back to the center. Okay, so just going to finish off with some lift and lower. So just push those hands away, so nice and stable through the shoulders, looking down in front of the hands, slide your right leg away, lift and lower for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Fold back in, swap over, other side, slide that left leg, lift and lower for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And then fold back in, come on to the toes. Push up to the ceiling into a downward dog. So just pushing on with the toes and then get the hips into that nice position, nice flat back. Take those heels down to the floor, stretching the calf. Give that head a little wobble around, check there's no tension in the back of the neck. Good, and then come down into lying on your back. Okay, so then stretch out that leg, hands behind the thigh, reach that leg to the ceiling. So you can do little circles with the foot, point and flex. Good, and then take that right leg across the left knee, open through the hip, and lift that left leg and get that lovely stretch through the back of that right hip. Good, and then let's swap over, bring that left foot into the air, right foot to the floor. Circle with the foot or point and flex. And then take that left leg across the right knee this time, open through the hip. Lift with that right leg so you get a stretch through the right hip. Good, knees to chest, come up into sitting. Bring those feet together, shoulders back and down, so nice and tall through the trunk, side bend with the head. Good, one last one. And then stretch those legs out. Bring yourself down forward. Relax through the head. And then come up onto the feet. See if you can stand up without pushing with the hands. And then do a roll up all the way up into standing. Okay, brilliant. So then feet hip width apart, both arms forward and up to the top, really reach to the ceiling. Hands behind your head, then take those elbows back. Backward bend through the back. Back to the middle. Shrug the shoulders, back down. Arms up to the top, and then all the way back down. Perfect. Wriggle those shoulders back and down. Good work.